Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. Why do you pant super loud and then stop as soon as I stop talking? Daisy is here. She's wondering why I'm not including her in the video for whatever reason, but today we're doing a come with me review. Last year, well, not all last year, the majority of last year, theaters were closed. Couldn't go to the theater and see anything, so I did like the come with me style of review, but without leaving my house. Do you hear her? Are you okay? As you can tell from the title, we're going to be reviewing A Nightmare Awakes, which just came out on Shudder this week. Before we get too far into this, though, I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. It's always there. Okay, so because I did receive like a little like PR email for this, I do know what the movie is generally supposed to be about, at least based on the email they sent. So I'll tell you that right now before we start the movie. Written and directed by Nora Uncle, A Nightmare Wakes traces the tortured birth of a timeless masterwork and the rightful ascension of its creator to stand alongside her creation. So apparently this is supposed to follow, obviously, Mary Shelley while she's in the process of writing the novel Frankenstein. I'm also going to read a little excerpt from the PR email here that tells us about the movie. Just real quick, says, shot with a majority female production crew, the sweeping psychological thriller is steeped in accurate period details, but told with a modern perspective. While the filmmakers took great pains to be as historically accurate as possible in the movie's lighting and design, they chose to cast racially diverse characters. So I feel like that's important. They're putting their like kind of intention, or at least part of their intention for the movie right there in the PR email. But we all know how that went last time I read the PR email before I watched the movie. We're just gonna deal with it. Hopefully it'll be okay. All right. So you know the drill. I'll be back in like 90 minutes. It'll be a split second for you guys. And I'll be right back to tell you my spoiler-free thoughts about A Nightmare Wakes. Hello, I am back. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a rant. Yeah, this is gonna be a rant. That was such an annoying viewing experience. Oh my God. And this time, you know, reading the little press release before isn't what hurt it. In fact, the press release tried to warn me. The filmmakers took great pains to be as historically accurate as possible in the movie's lighting. The whole movie, they just use natural light and natural light only, which of course, like during the daytime, is all well and good. Everything's like super overcast, so there's like this nice diffused light on everything. The nighttime scenes, which, I mean, I didn't calculate it, but it seems like about 50% of the movie takes place at night, where the only lighting is candlelight, which means I couldn't see 50% of this fucking movie. It was so irritating. I tried on my laptop and on my TV. I literally went as far as to try to eliminate as much glare as possible. Like, I went into my fucking laundry room because there's no windows in there, and I shut the door. I was like, I'll just drag a chair in here if I have to and set my laptop on top of the washing machine. I could not see a goddamn thing. But it was really annoying as a viewer to not be able to see what's happening when there's clearly things happening on the screen. There was tons of shit happening that I just had to, you know, infer using the dialogue and the closed captions. If it wasn't for the closed captions, I probably wouldn't have known half of what was going on in the dark because I wouldn't have been able to see it. Anyways, enough about the lighting. I'm also low-key disappointed that the whole selling point of this movie is that it's Mary Shelley and how she came up with and wrote Frankenstein. I was like, wow, they really tried super hard to make this movie as less about Frankenstein as possible. I'm not saying I wanted to see like the movie Frankenstein or anything. It was hard because I feel like I could see what they were trying to do. Obviously they were showing like the parallels because the story Frankenstein itself is about this scientist who creates life. He creates a human being and then immediately regrets it. And his creation wreaks havoc on the creator's life and destroying everything he knows and loves. So I get it. And so they like made the story miscarrying a child and a child dying in infancy. That plus writing Frankenstein like literally drives her crazy and destroys her life. So like I get what they were trying to do. You know, everybody like all like her husband and her sister, you know, are trying to get her to stop writing because it's driving her crazy and she becomes obsessed with it. And it you know, like it clearly does her harm. And it was just a very bleak story where the literary world is like mother of science fiction, super influential writer. This movie was like hysterical woman. So some things I did like. I did really like the score. I thought the music was really well done. I loved that they made sure that Lord Byron was absolutely not straight in this, even though he's only in the movie for like a little bit. I don't know that he was like fully gay, but he definitely was not 100% straight. In summation, it did Mary Shelley dirty, and natural lighting is a fun idea in theory, but in practice makes for a very, very annoying viewer. I'm sorry, it's a 0.5 out of 5 for me. As of right now, on IMDb, it has a 5.2 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 56% critic score. That's out of 18 reviews for context, and there's no audience consensus. And then on Letterboxd, it has a 2.7 out of 5. So that's that. Wow. I mean, we're used to not having great horror movies in the first month of the year though, so that just means it can only get better, right? Right. If you've seen A Nightmare Wakes, which is on Shudder at the moment, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it, or if you go watch it, come back and let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a Creepy Peep today. I post 2 new videos a week, which means I will see you next week with a new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.